Podcast 1 of The Blonde Majority.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Katie. Yes.
Welcome to episode 1.
My bad habits are already in. We will get better at being on camera as time progresses. I promise you, we learn things because we're part of the majority.
This is my first time ever sitting down to record a podcast or anything.
I've only done it once, and I don't think I was very good at it. So hopefully we get a lot better with time, but we feel like we have a lot of good things to say. And we just keep watching the news, and we're like, we have to comment on these things.
But I think before we get into that, Katie, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Just like a little intro.
Well, I'm Katie. I guess technically I'm a lawyer, and I live here in Southern California. I have 2 really cute dogs. I did play college golf, which is hence the golf clubs here. This is also making our lives a lot easier. Sometimes I feel like these are too far away when you put them on here. Anyway, I'm already going down a tangent, and I'm part of the Blonde Majority. What about you, Alex?
I'm Alex. I was born and raised in San Diego, and now I live in LA. I am an accountant, and I really like cars. I really like classic cars. I drive a 1980 Porsche 911 SC. Yes, it is stick shift. That is the number one question I always get about my car. And I'm part of the Blonde Majority. I just hate having to hide my opinions and thoughts and beliefs. And yeah, I think this is a great way for us to share our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs that are our own, and we don't have to hide them.
I know we don't have to hide them. I do love Alex's baby blue Porsche, I should say. It is super cute. So if you ever see her driving down the road.
The license plate is my name, Alex, A-L-I-X.
You have the coolest spelling of Alex. You do. Hands down.
I do.
Like, your mom was really thinking ahead.
Yeah. Shout out to Mama and Papa Alex.
They were on board with the cool version of Alex. So
it's great. And it was available as a license plate a couple of years ago. Nice.
It probably wouldn't be available today.
No, it wouldn't. I tried looking up Alex S on ca.dmv.gov or whatever. It was taken. It was gone. Because my last name starts with a S, so it could be like Alex S or it could be Alex's possessive. It's gone. It's not available.
Well, I feel like everyone jumped on the bandwagon the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So
I did first.
Well, you're older than Alex are all right.
Yeah, I'm 2 or 3 years older than her.
Yeah, so your mom was like even cooler. Anyway, we'll get into what we really want to talk about. I guess, should we actually hit some hard-hitting topics?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I think everyone's been paying attention to ice this week. That's one way to break the ice. Okay, I actually didn't even mean to say that.
No, I love it. So, what happened? I only saw one video, and it's from pretty far. And it was just like someone in a car, and they're like moving, and I guess there's an ICE officer doing something, and then I heard bullets or shots, and then she drives off.
She did die.
No, I know that, but
I'm not trying to laugh at the situation, but I just want she did unfortunately die.
Yes.
So I've now watched multiple videos from different angles, and the first video I watched of it, I will say I was a bit unsure of what transpired, but today they were just posting a 3-minute video of the 3 minutes before, and I found that to be really interesting because she parks her car on what looks like a 2-lane one-way street. And she parks it perpendicular or diagonally so that you can't.
In a neighborhood?
There's big houses around. I don't know if they're like duplex homes because they look very large, or if they're single family. That's unsure, but it looks more residential.
I think you just have bigger homes when you're in Minnesota.
That too, right? We're used to being, that's a $4 million house and it's tiny. Not even a 4-bedroom. That's what happens when you live in Southern California. So she parks it perpendicular. And she is nonstop honking her horn as ICE is approaching, it sounds like. That's what I could garner from the 3-minute video. And she was dancing in her car. And then ICE approaches the car, and then they get out, and they're like, "Get out of your car, lady." And she's like, "I'm not mad at you," which to me felt contradictory to her actions before because she was just blocking traffic and honking her horn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're clearly mad at them. Like, just Okay. And so then the ICE officer tells her to get out of her car multiple times. She doesn't. There is a guy that was in front of her car and she reverses a little bit and then he becomes even more in front of her car after she reverses.
So she's actively blocking these officers.
She should have just gotten out of the car. Like that. She should have just been like, fine, whatever. And if you want to be like, this was a wrongful detention or whatever comes from it, you can fight it on the back end. That's what she should have done, in my opinion. And then her wife is on the other side of the car, but not in the car, and is yelling at her to baby drive as the officer is telling her to stop and get out of the car. And then she starts to accelerate forward, and she does very clearly hit the officer.
Oh.
You hear him scream, and then you hear him get hit by the car. Luckily, it was just the front side, but still he was hit, and then shots were fired, and she unfortunately is now dead. But that's the version of events I watched from the multiple videos that I watched. She definitely hit him.
Well, I did not see that, but I did hear there was another video going around. But I just think, don't provoke a sleeping bear. Don't poke a sleeping bear, or whatever the phrase is. Why are you doing that? Just like, you're not protesting what you think you're protesting.
No.
You're not being like this superhero that you think you are. And it's like, I'm sorry she unfortunately died, but
I think it's hard too, right? Because we all think we have a right to protest in this country, which we do, but what she was doing, in my opinion, was not a lawful protest. If you're on a public street, you normally have to have a permit to block traffic. I'm gonna guess she didn't have a permit. And honking your horn nonstop. Actually, honking is not protected by the First Amendment. Nonstop honking, because it's a safety mechanism, right?
Mhm.
Honk to be like, oh, there's danger.
yeah.
And I don't think that that's protected by the First Amendment. Just this nonstop use of the horn. So it's hard because I feel bad. People are trying to do their job, and I couldn't, from watching the 3-minute clip before, there were dog whistles going off. There was so much honking. It's just, I couldn't imagine having to do a job with all of this going on in the background.
I know, I get overwhelmed when I'm getting like, Teams messages and two people are coming up to talk to me about what's going on one at a time.
No, that's actually a very true point, and especially with the Teams stuff.
Or a dog barking.
We have a very rambunctious dog, but luckily I don't think these mics pick up a lot of background noise from my TikTok experience. So you might not hear Columbo. Or you might if he's particularly loud. And that is Columbo. That is not the larger dog, I can tell.
He's very cute.
But he's a bit rambunctious. Anyway, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Just like...
It's an unfortunate situation. It really is. We obviously don't want to see somebody die. But if you want to protest, blocking a public street that's not it. Should we move on to our next topic?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Spencer Pratt. Our man, Spencer Pratt. We love you, Spencer.
Yes, we do. It was funny. This morning I went on his website and I wanted to see if I could get a yard sign. And then I also wanted to see if I could place them around, which I think we might have to do. If I can get my hands on some, could we go put them up?
I'm not the type of person to do that. Honestly, I'm really not a very political person, but things have been just going so far left. I'm being driven down. I'm being dragged down to the other side, and I just need to my piece.
That's fair. Well then, Spencer, if you need help, I'll go do it.
I will buy merch. I'll buy merch and wear merch.
I really like his hummingbird on the side. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this, and it feels so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he said he wasn't running for a particular party. There wasn't going to be a party affiliation next to his name, which I kind of like.
I think
I thought you had to have one.
Honestly, I don't care what party he's running with.
Doesn't matter.
I'll vote for him. He's the only person who's been an active voice for the Palisades and for people who lost their homes in the LA fires a year ago, January 2025. He's the only person standing up for something that he believes in. And I feel like for a long time, it's just been, okay, when is enough enough? When has the government spent money? When has the homelessness been sad? When has the drought been so bad? When are when is it going to stop? And I feel like the January 5th fires, or whatever day it was. I think that was it, because now we've seen all this like fraud in Minneapolis.
California. I mean, what that train? Didn't they spend like $10 billion?
That train's been going on since before I could drive. It's been going on for like 15 years.
It's really great to have a high-speed train. I think that is a wonderful idea. But the fact that they allocated and spent $10 billion and there's no train.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a train station.
No. I don't think there's
where
a
did
single
it go?
line of track. There's nothing to for it.
Could $10 billion. Like, what? That could end...
It could
probably solve some of these problems. Not that I want to give to people who are like actively addicts on this. Like,
no,
you know, I'm not going to keep doing.
No, I think you're junkie on this. You deserve to like go in jail.
Yeah,
you're doing nothing. You're active, like hinder on society progress. You're scaring people, tourists. You're scaring people from going out to restaurants. Now restaurants are closing. The streets aren't safe. The beaches are dirty and gross. It smells awful.
It really
You
does.
deserve to jail, but they get all the benefits in the world. They have all the rights in the world. They don't have to pay rent. They don't have to contribute to society. They don't have a job. They don't pay taxes. But then, like, hundreds of millions of dollars spent on them, solely them.
Well, I don't even think that the money goes there. Like, I think and I think somebody's getting rich.
Yeah.
And then they want the homeless people to go out and get more money, which is like, what? It's like that. The problem is like none of this stuff would fly in corporate America. Like if you failed at your job continuously, like you would be fired.
As someone who works in accounting and just went through like budget season for like if like $9 billion missing, even if it's over the course of like 10 years, you'll notice. That's a lot. $9 billion. That's a lot of money. Like
really is.
I heard that like season 5 Stranger Things cost $500 million. Like 500.
What?
I don't know the exact number, but let's just call it $500 million, $500 million. They'd have to make 17 more season 5s of Stranger Things in order to equal.
Why is it so expensive to make that show?
I'm not sure, but how expensive is it to run a daycare?
I don't know. We can go down the street, ask them. Yeah, the daycare thing, and you can't spell right. Well, who would send their kid there? Nobody in their right mind would sit there. I mean, that is insane. And then thing is pathetic. It is pathetic.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was like non-white people in Minnesota. Like
it's kind of true. Like you associate Minnesota with like Scandinavian, like yeah.
Like, I watched the, Blind on Netflix, and there was a season, like, one of the latest seasons, it took in Minneapolis, St. Paul. It was, like, all white people, except for, like, 2 or 3 black people. I was, well, that's the demographic. I did not see, I don't think Somali.
Somehow, I think, like, there's only, like, 100,000 in Minnesota, Somali people, like, so taking up the news and all the tax dollars, which is like unbelievable. And I'm not saying all of them, right? Like I'm sure there are very nice people. It looks like a substantial portion of this fraud was perpetrated by, some Somali immigrants, and why they thought that that's okay.
Yeah. Like where were the checks and balances, diligence?
No, I think that they were in the pockets of the politicians, is what it looks like from here at least, and it's just absolutely pathetic. It's something has to be done. We can't just like keep letting this. We uncovered this fraud, more billions of dollars, trillions of dollars that we misused and mishandled. Like the next news story, and nobody goes to prison for this. Somebody's got to go to prison.
Not like Club Fed, the bad prison.
What do you consider? Who do you like? Are we talking like Diddy?
No, I Club Fed is like,
or like the women.
Did you watch Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes, but not any.
Okay, so at the end of Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, he like gets sentenced to like federal prison or whatever. He's in Fed because he's out there playing tennis.
Yeah, like if you have access to a tennis court, because most people don't have access court in America. No, yeah, you know what I mean when you like think of it.
Okay, hot take. Prison doesn't sound like such a bad deal.
Well, depends on where you are.
Let me.
I think
prison do not want to go to prison. I'm not saying you should go to prison. I don't want to go to prison, but I'm saying prison could be really nice. You get meals. You get like
Healthcare.
3 meals a day. You have like a bed, you have like a bathroom. All you have to do is like not like hit each other. Like prison's very, you get outdoors, you get
Wow.
yeah, you get a free gym. A free gym?
Okay.
Some pay hundreds a month for a gym, and you get like outside time. Do you know how many people who have an office job who don't even get like an hour
that's
of
actually very true.
time?
Yeah, because time my workday ends, it's nighttime. I'm like, oh boy, I can't go.
Yeah.
I mean, in the summertime, it's a little different when the sun, or later in the day. But yeah, it's kind of like summer camp.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't leave for like hours in the middle of the day just to like get sunshine. You have to be like at your
right.
But then people in prison like upset that they can like breathe like fresh air.
So upset. They're so. I do interesting, right? Because people like the Martha Stewarts that went to the lower risk prisons. I don't know the technical term for it.
Oh, you mean
like
yeah.
minimum security, I guess.
Yeah,
I was in those but then the whole Crisley debacle.
Theranos,
oh yeah,
Elizabeth Holmes, that housewife.
Yeah, from Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
she got it out. I don't know.
I don't.
But the fact she's like, I don't really used to, and I don't know what it is. I can't get into it anymore.
I never got into it. Just like
too much like cattiness and back and forth.
Yeah, too much yelling. And
yeah. I was like, how do you pretend to be friends with people and then yell at them? I've never had.
Yeah.
I've never gone to a group of girls and like gotten a screaming match before.
Yeah.
Have you?
No. It's like they forgive each other, but then someone does like one, and then just like all the like floodgates are like, I remember you did this, and this like past like 10 years. I'll never forgive you until 2 episodes.
Yeah, when they're on the same team, but then they'll be against each other again. It really is something. Yeah. What other news stories do we have? People. I'm trying to think. I had Somali fraud, but we kind of talked about the learning center, which is...
People are defending it.
Oh, yeah. Or like they act like people are racist if talking. It's like wild.
Fraud?
They're like, oh, you're calling out fraud, you might be racist. Oh. Like, you really want your tax dollars going to something that's not legitimate? Like, we're allowed to ask questions.
I just don't understand why there was no, like, proof or verification of, like, this, like, daycare center. Or literally for food stamps, like, that you cannot get a job. I mean, you're unable to get a job or whatever.
I think people, like, fudge those documents, too. You know?
There's accountability.
Oh, I was gonna say, since you ever watched on TikTok Kenneth Mahiha, okay, you should watch him because he's the LA County Controller and he has a website that will tell you how they spend their funds.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to be honest, I'm not sure about the accuracy of it, but it's a start in the right direction. And I've always been curious, like, since you're in accounting, that would be like a really cool. Maybe for next week we're gonna tell us what she thinks of Kenneth.
Yeah, for next week, Katie's going to make me do my job at home. She's make me do more accounting.
I'm sure she really wanted that.
Just what I want to do after a long day of accounting. Yeah, right. More accounting.
Okay, that's fair, but you can look at it in a better than I can. I'm so bad at math. Okay,
speaking of city budgets, you know how the stereotype or their consultants, you send in like a bunch of like 20-something-year-olds to like a $5 million business and they're like, how can we like improve our bottom line? They go in, you pay them like 100,000 or whatever their rate is, and then like year-olds they say
people or something like that.
No, they say decrease expenses, increase revenue.
Could literally tell you that.
That's how New York City got trash bins.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, you didn't hear this? This was like a couple months ago. Like New York City like hired like a consulting thing, like asking like, how can we make New City? And they're like, And if we put the trash bags that we throw out in New City, you just leave like trash bags on the side of the
yeah.
But then they thought, what if we put them in trash bins?
Oh.
And then and now the trash is in trash bins.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Mm-hmm. And how's that for New York?
Is it
cleaner?
It's a bit cleaner, but My friend who lives in New York, he's home for the holidays. I asked him, like, how are the trash bins? He's like, it's good, but sometimes they don't pick up the trash.
That is true that they normally just like, I think my husband's home. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
I don't know what he's doing. He'll probably come back in. He's probably going to go downstairs and come in. Smart.
Okay.
He is smart.
We love smart guys.
Yeah. He can figure it out. Trash bins. Who got?
Yeah.
I did live in New York for a while, and now that I'm thinking it was predominantly like just on the street, which is kind of gross when you think about it.
I went to college in New York for 3 semesters, and I was like, I need to go home. I miss the sunshine of Southern California, and there's trash everywhere. It's like really sad. And when you see trash everywhere, that just means like the people don't respect their environment. They don't respect their community.
Yeah, that actually is very true. That is very true. I love New York though, but I'm a little scared with.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They want to take away property rights or something crazy, which is insane to me. But what do I know?
My opinion is that if you voted for him, you have to stay in New York for the whole term. No
leaving.
No going home for the holidays. No Hampton summer. No Martha's Vineyard. No
That's
Cape
true.
Cod. You gotta stay there. Upstate. No Connecticut.
No, none of it. You're not escaping.
No New Jersey Shore. You are staying in New York City.
I mean, it's kind of crazy though, because it's only like 600,000 people that voted in that election, which for New York is like 10 million people. I think so. And so like should take out kids from that, but it's like such a small population that actually ends up determining. And it's like the people that are to actually go out and vote, which to be honest is sometimes not me. I'm like, yeah, I just sometimes feel like my vote doesn't count. And I know that everyone's like, oh, your vote counts, but like I just can't.
No, I believe every vote counts. Because like
I believe it, but then I think there's fraud.
No, there definitely is, in my opinion. But the 2016 election, people really thought Hillary Clinton was going to win.
That's actually very true.
I was not able to vote in the 2016 election because I turned 18 after the election. So I didn't vote, obviously.
That would be illegal. We're happy that Alex did not do something against the law.
And so I was taking U.S. history in high school at the time because I was not, graduated. Anyway, I was like watching the electoral map. And they were going through like all the states, and then like California that's like one of the states to close, and I was like, oh, Trump won. It's going to be interesting.
I don't think, and nobody was excited.
People really weren't. Like,
no.
I was like scared like Hillary Clinton was going to win, and then it would just be blue forever.
Literally would have been blue. They didn't figure that. I think that they thought that enough people were on their side.
Yeah.
They didn't see it, which was honestly really cool. Really cool. I will never forget the day after, though. I was in the elevator. I was in New York City, and lived in my building, some old guy. He's like, it's a sad day. I think he might have even been like, it's a sad day for women. And I was like, sir, that's not how I feel. No. But I didn't say anything to the nice man. Like, I'll let him have his own opinions, and I welcome it. But I
was at the mercy of the registered.
Sure, to those of us over the age of 18. But I didn't vote.
Girl, you have to vote. Voting does matter. Every vote counts.
I thought about unregistering recently.
Why?
I don't know.
No. You vote.
I was like, I do want to vote for Spencer Pratt. I really actually do want to vote for Spencer Pratt.
Then register.
I am technically registered.
Okay.
I thought about unregistering. I actually looked up the process. I was like, I just don't know that this is for me. And like, I can't contribute.
I had a roommate who didn't register to vote because she called for jury duty.
That's fair. That's like me downstairs.
That's like the saddest reason, like, not to register to vote.
I don't think he cares about his vote, to be honest. But I'm speaking for him.
It will be very, like, kind of scary to think, like, if Hillary Clinton won, she would have, like, had a second term, and that would have ended.
Oh my god. And what she'd done. I don't know. Oh my god.
All those pantsuits.
Yeah. And like her US aid money too family probably just would have gotten richer and richer.
Like, I don't care about the money the president makes. It's just like, no, I do like care at some like the quality of living. That's how you measure like a country's prosperity, how well doing. It's the quality of living.
Yes.
Like how many people are on the street, how
Yes.
many people are on welfare, foods,
Yeah.
how much like
Yeah.
personal debt there is.
Yeah, and I don't care when like it seems like everybody's getting better, but it doesn't feel it's kind of the opposite, like increase. And then, but the aid money is what I mean. I think that was going to fund like her. That's all allegedly, but
There's definitely a lot of shady stuff out there.
yeah,
Like creative accounting.
it looks like creative accounting that they invented. It's like potentially worse than like Enron. Is this our first podcast?
Yeah. We still have like a lot to get into in the coming weeks.
Well, who knows what's going to happen this week, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I hope more fraud gets exposed.
I do too, but I'm a little concerned because everybody's focused on the ICE thing, which I understand why they're focused on the ICE thing, but it takes away from some of these other news stories.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see. But that's what we're going to do every week, go over whatever's trending in the news.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some pop culture too.
Yeah.
Since we are blondes. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you.